This is an example of texturing mild steel with the oxygen acetylene torch. Each of these pieces is slightly different, one from another. Just like in a previous video, I formed the right and left side using a vise. Starting out with a 2-inch square piece of 16-gauge steel. What I want is for this metal to become molten. In the molten stage, the metal can be moved. Here I'm using a neutral flame with a double-aught welding or brazing tip, keeping the sparks to a minimum. The sparks are tiny bits of molten metal, which can clog the torch tip. If this happens, generally, using a tip cleaner will remove any obstructions. With practice, you'll discover that you can achieve different patterns and textures. There are 3 colors. Red. The metal is not hot enough to become molten. Yellow. The metal has reached a molten or fluid stage. White is too hot. A hole can be burned through the metal. I'd prefer not to burn a hole in the metal. If I do burn through, dripping a bit of welding rod can fill the hole. Then, moving the metal around so that it blends in with adjacent areas. When the metal is in this molten stage, it's difficult to see exactly what you have. Every once in a while, you may want to stop and let the metal cool. This is an example of when the metal has just cooled. As you can see, it's rather dull or lifeless. A few seconds on the wire brush, and it begins to come to life. The whole idea is to take this flat piece of metal and turn it into something that is more visually interesting. These are some belt buckles I've done using this technique.